You're at your desk. Papers stacked unevenly. Phone buzzing like it's trying to escape. Her message sits there, unread, but your mind's already running. Did I sound too eager last time? Was her smile real or just polite? Your chest tightens, and you don't even know why. This is what it feels like, to be trapped in your own head. To let the world's noise drown out what you actually want. 2 words can cut through that. Not a trick, not a secret. Just a way to stand still and say what's true. I want. That's it. 2 words. And they might just change how you show up. Not just to her, but to yourself. If you've ever felt your mind racing like this, leave a small sign below. Not for me to shine, but so this video finds someone else who needs a moment to breathe. Just like you. You're not alone in this. Every day, you wake up to a world that's loud. Notifications piling up. Emails demanding answers. Deadlines pressing in. And somewhere in there, you're trying to connect with a woman you like, with a friend, with yourself. But it's hard to hear your own voice when everything's screaming for your attention. Most guys, they try to keep up. They say whatever you want. Or, I don't know, you pick. They think it's being kind, easygoing, safe. But it's not. It's losing something. It's losing clarity. And that's what pulls you under. Think about it. You're at a coffee shop. She's across the counter, smiling as she hands you your drink. You want to say something, ask her out, but your mind freezes. What if she says no? What if I sound stupid? So you mumble something vague. Maybe we could hang out sometime, and walk away, kicking yourself. That's not just about dating, that's about living. You're so afraid of getting it wrong. You don't say what you want, and that's where the weight comes from. That's where the noise lives. Stoicism. It's not about big ideas or quoting old philosophers. It's about what you can control. Your thoughts, your words, your choices. Everything else, her response. The world's chaos. That's not yours to carry. When you say, I don't know, or whatever's fine, you're giving up what's yours. You're letting the noise decide for you. And women, they feel that. Not because they're judging, but because they're human. They're drawn to someone who's awake. Someone who knows what they want and isn't afraid to say it. So, what are these 2 words? I want. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. Just a clear, steady truth. I want. When you say it, you're not begging. You're not demanding. You're just standing in what's real. And that's what shifts everything. It's not about getting her to say yes. It's about you showing up, clear, awake, and free from the noise. Why does this work? Because it's not about her. It's about you. Saying, I want is like drawing a line in the sand. It says, this is what matters to me. This is what I'm choosing. And that kind of clarity, it's magnetic. Not because it's loud or forceful, but because it's rare. Most people, they're drifting. They're reacting. They're chasing what they think they should want. But when you say, I want, you're not drifting. You're still. And that stillness, it's what makes you different. Let's talk about how this looks in real life. Not some perfect movie scene, but the messy, everyday moments you're already in. You don't need to change who you are. You don't need to be louder or smoother. You just need to practice saying what's true. Picture this. You're texting her. You've been chatting for a few days and you want to ask her out. Your thumb hovers over the screen. Your mind's already writing a novel. What if she's busy? What if she doesn't like me? So you type, hey, if you're free, maybe we could grab a drink. That's safe. That's vague. That's you hiding. Now try this. I want to take you out for coffee this Saturday. clear, direct, not pushy, just true. She might say yes, she might say no. But you've said what you want, and that's where your power is. Or maybe you're at work. You're in a meeting. Everyone's throwing out ideas, and you've got something to say. But you hold back. What if it's not good enough? What if they think I'm wrong? So you stay quiet. Or you say, I'm fine with whatever. That's the noise winning. Instead, try this. I want to try this approach. You're not shouting. You're not fighting. You're just clear. And people notice. Not because you're the loudest, but because you're awake. Even with yourself. It works. You're lying in bed, scrolling through your phone. It's 11 p.m. You know you should sleep, but you keep going. One more video, one more post. That's the noise pulling you. Now pause and say, I want to rest tonight. It's not about guilt. It's not about forcing yourself. It's about choosing. And when you choose, you feel lighter. You feel still. This isn't just about dating. It's about living. Every time you say, I want, you're cutting through the fog. You're stepping out of the chaos. And that's what makes you attractive. Not just to women, but to everyone. Because a man who knows what he wants and says it without shame. He's rare. He's awake. Let's go deeper. How do you use I want in a way that feels natural? Let's start with asking her out. You see her, maybe at a bookstore, flipping through pages. You want to talk to her, but your mind's already racing. What's the perfect line? What if she's not interested? Most guys. They'd say something like, hey, do you come here often? It's not bad, but it's not you. It's not clear. Instead, walk up and say, I want to get to know you. What books got your attention? It's simple. It's honest. And it's not about her saying yes. It's about you showing up. She might smile, she might not. That's not the point. The point is you spoke your truth, and that feels different. That feels like freedom. Because you're not waiting for her to decide who you are. You're already there. Clear, awake, and still. Now let's say you're already talking to someone. You've been on a few dates. Things are good, but you're starting to feel it. That pull to please her. To say whatever you want. To keep things easy. You're at dinner, and she asks, what do you want to do this weekend? Your first thought is, I don't know, what do you think? That's the noise creeping in. Instead, pause and say, I want to spend Saturday with you. Let's go for a hike. You're not demanding, you're not controlling, you're just clear. And that clarity, it's what builds trust. It's what builds connection. What about when it's harder? Maybe she says. I'm not sure about Saturday. Most guys, they'd backpedal. Oh, no worries. Whatever's fine. That's you shrinking. That's the noise taking over. Instead, try this. I want to make it work. What's good for you? You're still clear. You're still awake. But you're open. You're listening. That's the difference. That's what makes it real. This works everywhere. Not just with her. At work, with friends, with yourself. You're in a coffee shop. The barista asks, what do you want? Instead of rushing or saying anything, pause and say, I want a black coffee. It's small, it's simple, but it's practice. It's you choosing. And every choice, it builds you. It makes you clearer. Let's talk about the line between confidence and arrogance, because this matters. Saying, I want. It's not about being loud. It's not about being right. It's about being true. Confidence is saying, I want to take you out, and meaning it. Arrogance is saying it, and expecting her to agree. Confidence is saying, I want to try this at work, and being open to feedback. Arrogance is saying it, and shutting everyone else down. Here's how you know the difference. Confidence listens. confidence stays still. If she says, "I can't this weekend," a confident man says, "I want to find a time that works. What's your week like?" An arrogant man says, "Fine, forget it," or keeps pushing. Confidence is about you knowing what you want and saying it cleanly. Arrogance is about her and trying to control what she does. Stoicism teaches this. You control your choices, your words, your truth. You don't control her. You don't control the outcome. And that's okay. That's freedom. Because when you say "I want" and let go, you're not carrying the weight anymore. You're not chasing. You're just awake. Let's try something. For the next 7 days, I want you to practice this. Not to change your life, not to win at dating, just to see what it feels like to be clear. 5 times a day, say "I want." Out loud or in your head. It doesn't matter. Just say it and mean it. At work, instead of saying "I'm okay with anything," say "I want to focus on this task first." With a friend, instead of saying "whatever you feel like," say "I want to check out that new place tonight." With yourself, instead of thinking "I should probably rest," say "I want to close my laptop and breathe." 5 times a day for 7 days. That's it. You don't need to track it. You don't need to be perfect. Just notice what changes. How do you feel? When you say "I want," does the noise get quieter? Does the weight feel lighter? That's all this is. A way to practice being awake. A way to practice being still. Let's go back to dating. Because that's where this started. You're not trying to impress her. You're not trying to be someone else. You're just saying what's true. And that's enough. When you say, "I want to see you again," you're not asking for permission. You're not waiting for her to define you. You're just there. Clear, awake, and real. And here's the secret. It's not about her saying yes. It's about you showing up. Every time you say, "I want," you're building something. Not a relationship, not a reputation, but you. You're building clarity. You're building stillness. And that's what she notices. That's what everyone notices. Because a man who's awake, he's different. He's rare. Let's talk about failure. Because it's going to happen. You'll say, "I want," and she'll say no. You'll say, "I want," and the meeting won't go your way. That's not failure. That's life. The noise will tell you, you messed up. You're not enough. But that's just the noise. The truth is, you said what was real. You chose to be awake. And that's what matters. Stoicism says, focus on what's yours, your choices, your truth. Let the rest go. When you say "I want," and it doesn't work out, you're still standing. You're still clear. And that's more powerful than any yes you could chase. Let's try one more scenario. You're walking home. It's late. Your mind's heavy. Work was rough. You didn't text her back. You're replaying everything. What you said. What you didn't say. Stop. Right there. Say it. I want to let this go. Feel that. It's not about fixing it. It's not about being perfect. It's about choosing. And that choice, it's yours. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about seeing who you already are. Under the noise. Under the doubt. There's a man who knows what he wants, and all it takes is 2 words to find him. I want. Say it, feel it, and watch what happens. If this spoke to you, leave a comment below. One way you'll say, "I want this week." Not for me, but for someone else who needs this pause, just like you. And if your mind gets loud again, come back, listen, breathe. That's all you need to be awake.